Yeah, I saw what you said, but it's like it just sucks, man. And there's people coming in now, but sometimes I wonder if they're real or they're robots, or if they're not talking, they're just gathering information to use against me. Feels like that. It's just so sad that it doesn't matter. That's it. Like I get it. I get it. I get I'm annoying or something or man, but it sucks. It's like really I feel not wanted. Like I have 6,800 and like 31 subscribers. It's been going down every day. It got up to like 6,846 or something. And it feels like ever since I started live streaming, really. You won't like that. And then they don't want to participate. They just want to, like you said, listen to drama. And the people that do hang around consistently, maybe 10 people, if that. I think it's 20. That's still like such a small portion of 1% of everybody that's subscribed to me. It's just like they're not interested because I'm not talking about sex or something. That's how it feels. Here's you. Hi. I'm craving soda. Why am I craving soda? Because there's one in front of me and it's probably warm. And I'm not going to drink the warm soda. Yeah, I'm going to go get a cold one. I don't think I have any. I think that's good. I shouldn't be drinking it. Is this mineral water cold? Oh, is that this? This is cold. I guess the problem is sugar. I feel like I need sugar or something. I hate that feeling. Anyways. Yeah, I'm here. I'm just really pleased with this. How well the speaking into it works. I really like this dual thingy. I thought that it would be a lot more difficult than it was. I can't believe I wasted so much time. But no, I don't. I'm still learning a lot. I feel so tired. Why am I tired? What is making noises? I was trying to do like. Trying to remember. It doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah. She's bored. But the thing is that she's never happy. It doesn't matter. Like she'll beg me for a treat and I'll give in knowing I shouldn't. And then not even 5 minutes later she's guilting me again. Like she knows how to work me. Everybody does. And I'm more no. I just want to have fun. I am. You guys are awesome. Yeah, she's my index. Hold on. I don't know, because that leaves me set up pretty good for here. How do I do it before? No, let's use index. It's going to hold the pick differently. Nope, that's not in there. Leave that out. I think for to make just to sound right. Just gonna listen to stuff and play along. My body is digesting. I'm so sorry, guys. This is torturous. I'm gonna play. What's this? See, this is the real thing. No, that's not. Hey, when they do that shit. Let's see. Fuck, dude. Oh, that's what she's waiting for. Look at something here. Numb. I think it was this that I listened to an accident. Let's try this. And use this pick. I might need this one. It's more of a strumming song. This is a cover. I never knew that. Oh, that's really weird. Oh, yeah, it does. It's a bunch of D. Let me try this pick. I want to see how it feels. It's a little more flexible. Yeah. Let's see. It might sound too thin or tinny. Just goes weird. This is missing like everything. I'm like, wait, hold on. There's no. It's just like that was weird. See if I can find better chords. Like, what is this? It's like this person did it, right? Oh, that's weird. I don't. I always play that differently. I use something different. So let me try it my way. It's not the right chord, but I substituted it. The other one looks too hard. I can't always take that way out though. See how this works. See if this is any better than the other one. I think. Anyways. Sounds too like thin. Let me try this. I just need flexibility for this. No, it's hard. I gotta do that weird, like it's like a. It says D/F sharp. I can't even see it. My vision is going bad. So it's like almost like a C chord, but if you're barring on the second. So is it all the way? Yeah, all the way to the top. So it'd be like, I need to practice. This is boring. This is not so boring. This is cool. I don't think I'm tuned for this. I'm tuned for this. This will work. This is fun. Let's play it around and play. I guess. Back, is that? Let me restart this. I'm tired, man. Yeah, energy drink. I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired and drink. Oh fuck, I'm back. I'm back. Wow. Please tell me you have some left. I'm so fucking tired. Please tell me you have one left. Oh my god. There is one left. I have one Red Bull left. Wow. Maybe I'll make it through the night. Probably not, but we'll see. Thank you guys for hanging out. I know I'm mundane, but this is it. No, I'm forcing you to live with me. No, it's a fantasy. Yeah, not such a fantasy anymore, right? But like a nightmare. Fuck. Try living 24/7. So. Just fucking I'm in a good mood right now. Ramen, that sounds really good. Bender Moto Grip Picks? No, sorry, I wasn't saying that. You need to be in a union to be a musician? What the fuck? Oh. I just realized something. I'm just gonna stop this music. I realized something with not trying. I saw that. I'm practicing the song for a long time now. I learned a lot. Wrong Red Bull, that one's something off. Thanks for hanging out. I learned about alternate picking in that little area. Because I was having problems with this note right here. Right here. So after that, and the last time, I always have these epiphanies. I know it's mundane. Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, but that's not true. I'm disproving it right now. I just discovered that alternate picking. This song is a combination for me of alternate picking and downstroking. Like on the there's a downstroke, at least for me. I'm realizing this is the key. There's a downstroking portion like this. So it works better. At least for now. So, and then I just realized if I could alternate is when you go back and forth if you're not a guitarist. And downstroking is when you just go down. Obviously, I guess you have to come back up, but you're not touching the strings. Just every stroke is down. And alternate picking is more of an individual string thing. You're not strumming others, so it's efficient. That's what I just figured out. That's it. Nothing really groundbreaking. I just realized where it works with my stuff right now. Right there on the upstroke. Because I was trying to do a downstroke before it again. I was trying to go. That's where I fucked up. But the time I did a minute ago, I did it right. It was alternate picking. I stole that from a Doc Watson song. And I think it wasn't even his song. It's like one of those old songs. That 9 Pound Hammer. I always heard about 9 Pound Hammer, but it was usually in weed shops. Never understood it. But it's something to do with like the railway and building that and driving spikes in the ground. What I've heard in the song, the guy says. It's interesting. Is this pick not? I don't know. It's right. Let's just alternate pick this too. I'll just go slow because I'm pretty good at alternate picking. I think it's efficient. You know, it's I don't. It's harder to mess up. It seems because you're just right on the string the whole time. Anyways, I'm not making sense to some people. To everybody, to others, they're like, duh, bitch. So. So, does it make? Should I start with the downstroke or upstroke? I've been doing it up. So I would, and then, so that was the upstroke. Let's try it down. And upstroke. It leaves me in the same spot. Yes. No, it needs to be straight. So that's what's starting open. Either way work. Thank you, Mr. Kind Person. I wish I knew more songs. I figured I was thinking like I need to have somebody make a playlist of songs that I can work on and just do it in the shower or something. Because I'm gonna keep working on this. There's no there's no choice. You know, I have things I want to do, but I can count on it not working out. That's just my expectation. Don't expect to make money from this, but I feel that at the very least, I need to keep playing and getting better because my stepfather is a music teacher, and you know, music's important, and I feel like I should keep it going. That's it, and nothing else. You know, just honor him. That's it. And try to show that the investment's worth it. Barely holding on. Thanks for the help. Oops. I haven't watched it closely in a while. I'm so tired. I shouldn't be tired. I don't think. The other part I don't want to try right now. It's like. I don't know, it feels like there's a part where in the song he's like. Sorry. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. I really like alternate picking. I'm not doing very good here because really I'm tired. But and sometimes they suck. But these picks have made helpful. Practicing all the times make it helpful. Has made it helpful. But I think alternate picking for me, I feel more comfortable doing that than downstroking or down picking. I don't. That doesn't sound right. Down picking or up picking. I know sometimes you have to do certain things. Like I feel, but I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know anything about music. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm really drowsy. Sorry. So I feel like I'm wasting my time and your time sometimes. Oops. Instead of down picking, I just stay right on top of it. It feels safe. My bad, guys. Did I eat anything? A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Did you? How was your day? Oh, my shoulder. The other one I watched is different in the past. It's chicken picking. Which one is that? Is that the one on the couch? That's like old? That's where you're like picking like this, and then you're using these at the same time, right? So you're going like this. So it's kind of like playing half finger style, half with the pick, I think. I've never tried that before. It seems very difficult. But I can't run away from it. It's a chicken picking upper. What do you mean? That little like that weird thing that. Or that. That's not part of it, but I've never learned more from any musician. I know that like, man, I'm giving this guy a lot of credit because he's amazing, but there's a lot. Everybody that plays will find somebody that they learn a lot from. But yeah, it's like I thought country music was dead until I found that. So yeah, I don't know what my problem is, but it sounds like something I heard before. Dun, 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 Rise Against or something. That's what that sounds like. I don't know. I haven't heard it in forever, but anyways. I don't know how bad. How's it banjo? Like I don't know. I don't know. I should ask my stepfather. He plays banjo. I don't think he doesn't play like that kind of banjo. It's like a. I don't know what it's called. Like Civil War type stuff, I guess. Or it's got like a. Yeah, it's not like a steel string. I forgot what it's called. But if I were to play banjo, I thought about it before because I like the sound, but I don't want to learn everything over again. And I find that if I just use these thicker picks that I've been using, they're Impact Picks Precision 1.2. These were good for me. And if I pick closer to the bridge, then I get more of that, like, it sounds more like a banjo to me versus like playing it the sound cover versus like a bright, twangy versus. So when I play like all this bluegrass, I tend to stick further back here, and I don't know if that's something they do too, or I just caught on to, because I don't really watch. I've tried, but I don't watch things like you must pick this way or it won't work, and you must time this and do it this step. Like I don't know that stuff. I just listen and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I want to learn that and I practice. So I don't know. Thin picks for what individual notes or just strumming. I used to like thinner ones for strumming, but now I can't stand them. I try to make these ones work for everything, and it's amazing. Like, fuck, I love these. I need to order more, like maybe 100 of them, because I know how I am. They're not that expensive. I think it's like it's worth it to me. It's that's it, like yeah. I use this so often. They get worn down. These actually don't wear very fast, and actually the wear I actually think helps it. I think it helps it kind of roll off easier because it's got like an edge at first, but then it wears down, and it's really interesting. So these are the best things I've found, and when I find a pick I like, I tend to buy a lot of them because I use a lot of them, and I wear them out fast. That's just how it is. Like this, I need to get more of these. This is worn out to the point where the side I use the most is fucked, and I flip it now, and it just gets too short and rounded. But anyways, I like these. Keep it. Anyways, well, let's see how that sounds. Do this. Confused. I'm curious. I'm not curious. I'm confused. I'm straight curious. Uh, yeah. So let's go higher. Can you take me? Like, well, half an inch maybe. I usually play this actually right here. Just realized that. I don't mean to ignore you guys. I'm sorry. I get caught up in this. I miss you guys in your comments all the time, and I'm really sorry. This is not. It's not just YouTube, and it leaves me wondering, really, what's wrong with me? Because my attention's not there, and it's not that I don't care, but I know it comes across like that. And I even know I even feel like being online here and talking about my feelings is bad for my potential business. But it's good for the people. It's fine, for the people that really care. 'Cause that's the only people I want to see. So it'll work out. But I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm sorry. I don't mean to ignore you. I get so caught up in, oh my gosh, I'm like, so like, dude, I'm addicted. This is addiction because I go to do it from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. If I'm not doing something in between, it's probably because I have to do something else. These days, I did a little work outside today. I went to plant some plants that I'd been starting indoors, and wanted some cool plants for outside. And I got a rototiller off of Amazon, and it had worked great for like maybe like I don't know some holes, but I burned the motor up today, and it was like 85 bucks, I think. So, I didn't expect it to last too long. It had good reviews, but I needed something more powerful. I should have known. Uh, I'll get something better because that has been a lifesaver. The ground here is so hard. There's a really rocky and sandy, and it's helped a lot. Like even if I only get like 10 more plants in the ground, these things are long term, like a citrus tree. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I got this tomatillo plant in a big, like 15-gallon thing. I've never even eaten a tomatillo in my life. I just thought that I like growing things. I've got so many different tomato plants out there, and I like growing anything almost. I mean, obviously not anything, but interesting things, or like I don't even need the tomatoes. I could not tell you the last time I ate a tomato, and like I could eat at any time. But because of my problems, I really rarely eat vegetables because I'm paranoid because something like that is just enough. And I'll eat it, like I don't let it like completely do it. I just know I understand like moderation now. I understand that like certain things my body will break down and others won't. And I was warned about it, but it's like it just sucks when I realize I've become paranoid. I told you I've had an eating just not disability, but disorder, and I've never been diagnosed, but like as like you have nobody's told me, Sienna, I haven't had a doctor say, Sienna, you have anorexia nervosa, or Sienna, you're bulimic. But I've expressed to them for years, and they acknowledge this problem, and they put me on medication just for my appetite. So, but it has gotten worse. I think because I tell you, I just for trips, or I would not drink stuff or not eat, and I'd end up getting really sick or like almost passing out from dehydration or from vomiting, whatever. And so I've kind of developed the eating disorder again. So not only is it before it was just like not attracted to food or not like craving it, but now it's that I have like kind of tricked myself mentally into thinking it's better to not eat because anytime that I eat means that I'm going to constantly go to the bathroom. And if you guys understood, I've explained it to you. And some of you right here and some don't. It's just so embarrassing that you guys don't see it. I come across as a liar, but if you would listen to me when I speak, which I'm sure you do, I've told you that I haven't been eating, and I've been drinking stuff. You see me go to the bathroom here and there. I try to put it off as much as possible, and then I'm in there like thinking like I know they can hear everything. I forgot to turn off the mics, and I don't. At the same time, like fuck it, I know everything. Like I don't know what to say. I'm worn out, but real, and it's probably to my downfall because I understand that you need to be fake to get ahead in life, but having fun here. I'm just getting tired. I drink this thingy. I don't know what to say about that, Alpha. It's hard because I'm really skeptical of anything these days. There was a time where I was willing to believe because I thought that I'm not even afraid to say the word scientist, because that's probably like a curse word at this moment. It's like basically, what do you call it? Where you're like cursing God's name. Like that's where we're at in society, stuff like that. And some of the bullshit that I've heard people say lately, and then they mention the word scientist, and I'm like, just people, that I guess I may interact with like by just talk on the phone, I'm like turn off the TV. Like really? Like, do you know how ridiculous this sounds? But I know I sound ridiculous too. And my reality is real to me. I know that everything I experience, at least in this dream or whatever this life is called, has been real. I gain nothing, or at least I haven't gained anything from telling you these things. Some sympathy, or like it gives me stress relief. But if you just go back over the years, you know that I'm so hesitant to take anything from you guys. So what's in it for me? Uh, Ultimately, I'm talking a lot about getting back to work, and I don't know what that means. But like I say, I don't have an education. I need to make a lot of money to get back on my feet and just have a chance at getting fixed, or if that's not an option, just building my life. And I feel the adult stuff's the best way to do it. Even though I'm limited, I practice this every day because this is my backup plan. This is the only skill that I have besides being empathic, because I don't know how I can sell that to people. I don't know where that'd be valuable because I fucked up by not uh, trusting that intuition, and I knew I should have. But this is my backup plan because, and it's not a good one when I tell you about, like, it's like if I lose everything and I'm on the streets, I have a skill like that can make me money. But something like a guitar on the streets, that's how you get robbed by other people that are desperate. And I would say that this is how I eat. If I'm not able to make a career for myself and get things fixed and I lose everything, I have a skill. Even if I don't have a guitar, I could borrow somebody's to for a day to make enough money or two to make enough money to get one, and then if I have it stolen again. I assume that's how it is. I've never been homeless, but I think that this is something that can't be taken away from me unless I I lose my hands or arms. And I've seen somebody play with their feet, like maybe like 20 years ago or something, and seen one-armed bass players. It's amazing and stuff like that. People still go on; they find ways. And the guy with his feet playing that acoustic guitar, still better than I am today, at least from what I remember. And It's amazing what people can do. Really, I'm impressed. Saw a guy, some like old video footage on like active self protection channel. This dude was like in a, I don't know if it was a motorized wheelchair or a wheelchair. I think it's motorized, but like the dude like pulled the gun out with his feet, right? And I think he even racked it with his feet. I'm just like things you never thought you would prepare for. Like you can't prepare for that. Like it's the craziest shit ever. Like let me play the guitar with the feet. My shoulder was so bad the other day. I was thinking, oh, I should just flip this over, and I don't know, maybe on live stream. I should just flip this over and try to play with my left hand. That's what I was thinking. That way, I'll give my right. I said I should buy a left-handed guitar, and it's probably not a bad idea for when my right shoulder is hurts so bad that I can just use my left and keep playing. I know that sounds crazy, but I think that's too much. That's too much. It was confusing when I tried to make the chord, like a G chord. So everything's backwards now. Obviously it'd be flipped, but I think it'd be so it's mirrored. A G would be like this. But it's upside down, so it would be like this is where it gets confusing. It's like when you look in the mirror to like shave or pluck a hair. For me, it's like plucking, like I look in the mirror. It's easy now, but when you're not used to it, like everything's backwards, you go to like, and you're like, you know what I'm saying? But after a while, you get used to it. So, yeah, everything's mirrored. My shoulder, I'm fine. He made the lost his arm. Oh, that sounds terrible, man. I don't know what to say. I guess it's like me, like I feel like I just feel like a fool. I need to stop talking about this because we know it's gonna work, even just a little bit. But it just feels like people are laughing at me, and like, why should I care? But because the people that care really aren't gonna laugh at me, and it's okay. So I don't know if it's okay. I'm gonna check a text message and I'll get back to playing. Unless you just want me to talk. Oh, where's my must stay awake? And you can hear it all amplified. I can hear it. This text and Val. Okay. Almost caught up. It's so hard to keep up with everybody, like, cause I'm not. My priorities are bad. It's my ADD. I hope I hyper focus on some things, forget about others because I'm trying not to think about my problems. I'll earn my confidence back when I begin. I know that, Aesop. Like, I'm so doubtful right now, but like, it's hard. You know, like it's gonna be just like when I've got the support. It's there for everybody, even if it. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm being a bitch, but I realize that I'm being really, really, really needy and desperate, but you guys would get it. You know, if and I'm happy though because man, I feel like right now everything's working out, but I'm expecting like really a disaster on the 18th. And I shouldn't. I probably shouldn't. That's going into it wrong. I needed failures in my life and I need to really think hard about this one and not just take his opinion. I got to get more opinions and I just got to work. And I want to work. I've made it clear to the person I've been dating for 4 years because I think this week has been 4 years, and I know talking about it has is kind of like bad for business because I would when I did this stuff back then, I had a boyfriend and I would tell people like, "Yeah, I have a boyfriend. He doesn't care that I do this, whatever." And I think it ruins the fantasy. I really do, and I don't mean to do that. But the thing is, like, I'm kind of in like an open relationship because my partner does all these things too. It's been really hard to accept, even though I knew that she did that stuff from the beginning, just like my stepfather, he's more accepting of it now and understanding because I have to explain myself. And I'm sure he's seen my streams. I've definitely upset him, but I think it's been for the best because we're communicating more. Some of these problems are getting cleared up. It's making me feel better. And with some of the things he said today, and I believe him. I really trust him. And I feel fucked up for the things I've said, but they need to be said. I think just to at least clear the air because there's been so much confusion and just not knowing what's going on. But I don't know whether to do that on a stream or in a video or if I just even need to do it at all because I feel I need to, because I've talked so much shit about him and the situation, but I've been explaining over the last few days that I'm responsible, and just understanding, trying to see a different perspective. And I don't think anything was malicious. It's just everything has just, it's one of those things like I just I have bad luck and I make bad decisions. And Oh, people have tried to help, and they have. They've helped so much. Even right now, I'm fucked up, but I'm happy like this in a way because I am kind of there. I'd like to finish my transition. I don't know if I will, but I'm trying to accept things. It's hard. Um, I'm getting there, getting somewhere. I don't know where that's at, but yeah. So, a lot's happening, and he's clearing some things up. I told you I realized that I was in a lot of debt, and you know, I was under the impression from what was said a long time ago that things were being paid off every month, and if I had a spending problem, I'd really want to know. I thought that money wasn't an issue, and and I made it very clear I never wanted anybody's money. I don't like taking it because it's this obligation And it can lead to problems like this that I'm in. And I think the more I really feel like the more I talk about it, the better it is. And people need to understand these things. And they're not going to understand. Some will get it, some will listen, but a lot won't. Hopefully, everything will work out for those people, even as jealous as I am. It's hard because there's so much jealousy in this community. And somebody told me about that when I was just like when I was male and just trying and dating, and trying to date people like me. And I'm very naive, and of course, I was sexually attracted to trans women, but I wanted a relationship, and like really, that's like so rare because it's almost like you have to earn it. You have to It's like this it feels like this high school or like middle school, high school, popular girl drama bullshit, and everybody's in a race to get there first. And that's what leads to these problems like me getting fucked up. And if I could give people advice, man, I would just say slow down. That's it. And think and really plan. And I know things are scary and like hard to face, but you have to. That's it. Because if you don't, you'll end up like me. And it's no way to live. I've showed you in the videos some of the ways that it's affected me. Uh, just thinking in the moment, if you could interview my neighbors and just ask them how I've affected them, I'm not going to approach them. I'm not going to go on their property or say hi, because I feel at this point, the most respectful thing that I can do is just fix my life and not say sorry or hi because those things don't mean anything anymore, and just try to keep the music down, but really show that I'm not just fucking around with music, playing music, that I'm a musician. And they're going to have to deal with it to an extent, or they can leave, or I can leave if that's what it needs to be, but I don't plan on going anywhere. And my stepfather says this is my house. I'm not going anywhere. So I've been assured, and I'm working on things. He's helping me to get it to a state where, it is like I could have people over now, but it's like just isn't how I want it. And it's not much further. I keep saying that, but I mean it. I'm a perfectionist, and I'm offering an experience, and everything has to be the way I want it. I feel. So, whether that's true or not, not everything is going to be happening here. That's the thing, because before I would just shack up or like hole up in here, whatever you want to call it, and rarely, rarely go out. It would really take some convincing for me to go down to the strip and meet somebody. And it had to be, because it wasn't even worth the extra money to me. I enjoyed what I did, and I didn't have to leave the house. I have all my comforts here and whatever. So I would go, but excuse me, it got really rare, after that experience with somebody throwing me around in the room, and I shouldn't let that stop me either, because that was a supposed fan, somebody that had seen all my movies and whatever. He sounded just like the rest. It could happen from anybody. I thought that I was comfortable, and I just got a better. I keep talking about this, but like I said, I'm going to try it again. And my partner is cool with it. I'm cool with what she does. I think it's been so hard on me, just with everything she does. And I don't, and it doesn't mean she's a bad person, but I think I've treated her like she's a bad person. It's just so much. Oh man, I feel so much relief, and um, I feel like I love her even more. It's like our relationship is not normal. It's not healthy, but it's so much better than having nobody. I bitch all the time, but I'm like, I shouldn't, because this person is, she's pretty much always been there. And sometimes I question it because the way she acts towards me is cruel or cold, but we all have our things, and she apologizes for that. And sometimes it's hard to just understand, like, wonder if it's real or not. But then I was thinking today, I'm no different. Here I am talking shit about her every night just because I just feel like sad, sad that we don't communicate as much as we should. The times we do spend together are good until it's usually me, like, stressing out like things like this. She can't handle it. Just like everybody else can't handle it. That's why they leave. There's 19 people now. It's great. I love it. But appreciate you guys. But our relationship is weird, and I don't mean that in a bad way, because she's a great person, but like, I'm fucked up too. You see how, how I am. This is why I spend so much time here. It gives you a good idea of who I am. And like I say, I got emails recently saying, like, I don't know if you're just like acting. And I tell you guys, YouTube's entertainment. I think that's the best way to look at it. Not take it too seriously. Don't believe everything people say. I just seen bad advice, like for like gold, finding gold and stuff. People will paint rocks and they'll hide them, and I'm like, that's not gold. You don't find gold in places like that. And it's sad because I see that they have a lot of views and a lot of likes, to dislike ratio. And there's a lot of really bad advice out there, on like free energy and shit like that. And it's just a scam, because they're trying to get you to click on their video and watch it because they get paid for the ads. I figured this out because Val wanted to do this free energy thing, right? And I was skeptical of it. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not buying that, but okay. I don't want to like get your hopes up down or anything, because we're always doing projects of every kind. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't see this going anywhere, but because I've heard so many times there's no free energy. It's like just transfer and stuff like that. But it didn't work, right? And it took me a minute to realize that the scam, because I was like thinking, what did I do wrong? I did it just like the video, right? So what do I do? Exactly what they want me to do. I go and I watch the video again, right? And I try it again. I'm like really feel like an idiot, right? At this point, because I just, I want things to work for Val. I'm sorry, like my nose is itchy. I want things to work. You want to believe in things like that, but I'm very, very, very skeptical, and my expectations were met. And it was like the third time that I was trying to watch it that I was like, I get it now. It's the people in other countries, and that's how they make money, by scamming people. And it just sucks because you have to view YouTube as entertainment. There are people out there giving really bad advice. There are people out there that are great, but I see the fakeness. I see the fakeness, and I've been fake in my life before because I had to. It was weird. It's just the family. I feel like I'm peeking. Like, I'm gonna go in a minute, but I stopped that at like 21 or 22. It must have been like the end of 21, because or maybe it was 2020 when at 22. But anyways, like, I stopped because I couldn't keep up with my lies, and it's just not worth it, man. It's hard. It's hard. It's, I spent so many hours on here telling you my problems, everything that's gone on in my life. And I think that anybody who understands people know that it's nearly impossible to act this all out and remember everything. Okay. So if you want to cross check everything that I've said, go for it. It's all recorded every night. I know there's hours and hours and hours to sort through, but my life is public. I think, it's pretty, you can find out anything about me. I don't care. I couldn't understand these. I guess there's certain parts. Obviously, I don't want to like throw it out for everybody. Like, I have my new number, and I gave that out to one person and said they might want to see me in the future, like a week ago, and I haven't heard anything, and I didn't expect to because we pretty much said everything we needed to via email. I was just like, hey, do you want this new number? And eventually I'll get it on cards and stuff, but right now I'm not ready for that. Just like that OnlyFans site they talk about. I'm not ready because I'm not ready to make content. I don't want to ask. This is my thing. The common theme you hear me say a lot. I've learned. I don't want to ask for something I call it begging. If like, can you buy me boobs? Like, can you please pay to um let me pay my fundraiser, or like donate to my fundraiser so that I can get my vagina fixed. Like, that's like, will you please, please, please? Like, I was raised that that's wrong. You don't ask people for things, and especially money. And I feel way, 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 way better about it, despite what laws or morals there are, because I'm not a bad person. I have good intentions in life. I feel that I can earn it. I'd rather earn it. I know about what I need to make every day just to be satisfied with myself and kind of play catch up. Um, I don't feel like I should sell myself short of what I used to make. I think I should pick a number, stick to it. Don't do any less than that. And even if you don't get any work, you stick to that, because just because I'm different doesn't mean I'm worth any less, because I really gained a lot of knowledge and value, I think, in other areas. So, there's that. I don't know. I'm just trying to convince you guys, I guess. Um, I don't have anything to hide. I guess a little, I'm not gonna like show you when I go to the bathroom and stuff, but like, fuck, I actually have to go to the bathroom. I said that a minute ago. So I'm gonna go take care of that, and I don't know, maybe Blaze or something. I'll be back, but um, mine exploring. I used to use your sub to exploring abandoned mines in unusual places. You know, I don't know if it's the same one or not, because there's another channel that sounds like that. But is that the one with Gly, the guy that drives around in the Jeep? And he has like another older guy with him. If not, there's another channel. But yeah, I'm subscribed to one. I think it's called Abandoned and Forgotten Places. I think that's what it is. Because when I was looking for it, I found that channel you're talking about. I don't know if I think one is trying to. I think that Abandoned Mines and Forgotten Places is trying to piggyback off of Abandoned and Forgotten Places. But I saw Abandoned and Forgotten Places. I think that's who it is. Gly, the head of the show. Actually, when Val and I were going out exploring, in the middle of nowhere, and they don't know who. Just like it's weird because, excuse me, everybody's a celebrity now. It's cool. The internet has given everybody a chance, if they want it, to be a celebrity. I mean, what's equivalent to a celebrity? And I get how people feel about me now. I get it a little bit, just a tiny bit, because I've watched this guy's channel for a while, and we're just driving down the road in the middle of nowhere, and I see this Jeep coming up at me. And I immediately am like, I don't know, something clicked. I'm like, and I'm looking at, and like I can tell from far away. I'm like, yeah, that's totally that dude. And I told Val, I was like, honk and wave, and she did. And I got on my phone, and we're in the middle of nowhere, right? I didn't have reception, and I immediately went to the page just to leave a comment and see if it was them. And yeah, totally, it was. And like, I didn't meet them or anything, but it's cool when you get to, these people are real. I don't know how to say it. It's like, oh, this person's real. I'm a fan of their stuff. How many people, we all have different interests, but like, the mine stuff, I never used to be interested in that. You'll never find me going into a mine because it's too dangerous. I'm not into that. No. I like looking for rocks, exploring, look for rocks. I call it low risk adrenaline rush. Things like metal detecting, looking for rocks. To me, I get that same like, I know there's something out here. I'm gonna find it, and then like, whoa, I found a crystal. Like, fuck yes. Or like, oh my god, is that an arrowhead? Like, you're shitting me. Like, no fucking way. Like, what are the chances? Like, I'm not even gonna talk about that. So it's I think about, this is instantly what came to my mind is a Bible verse. And it came to my mind the other day. I think it's like Matthew or something. But it's like one of those common things, like asking you shall receive, seeking you shall find, knock and shall be opened, and the door shall be opened. And I believe in things like that. I don't believe in all the Bible, or I haven't read all of it, but I believe that there's a bunch of bullshit in there, and there's a bunch of wisdom too. And it's more like I don't know. I haven't read the whole thing, but I'd spent enough time in church, getting brainwashed, didn't understand. But there's a lot of good about it. There's good things and there's bad things, but looking back, it's like it wasn't for me. So I can go take care of my bathroom needs and my extracurricular activities, as my mom would call it. And I'll be back. So thank you. Thank you for your patience. Worried about danger lives in Vegas? I don't get it. Thank you. People wandering all over the place. I don't know. I got a tinkle. For me, I can't do that stuff. I like not all the time because of this. I need to go to the bathroom like when I need to, and when I'm out there, I have to set up this. I usually have it like set up like no, it's like unless we're in a spot camping, every time I need to go to the bathroom, Val has to stop. I have to like, fuck, I have to go again. I have to pull this like tent thing out, to get the toilet out. I have to get everything ready, and it's like all the time. And this is not eating, not drinking. So it's like I want to do those things, but I prevent myself because it makes it so much worse, and I end up not enjoying it. So I'm sorry, I'm back. I'm not sorry, but yeah. Oh, weird. Oh, incense. Incense. I got a bunch of incense sticks the other day. I haven't had it in a while, and now it's like burning. Unless it's the musk one. Oh god, that was terrible. What are you thinking, bro? I got something for you actually. Wait, what is that? I just upstairs. I got some down here too. I just need 1 minute to go. I'll give you things. I hope she likes this. She didn't end up liking the other two. Well, she liked some of them. She didn't like the cookies. She did it first, but then she wouldn't eat it. Weird. A lot of game in the Bible. What's that mean? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just naive. Excuse me, but I can't change. I mean, I can something, but I had this friend, and I told you about him before. I talked about him last night. The guy that I worked at the alarm company with, who trained me there, and they were always trying to separate me from him, or at least one person, a couple people. They were like antagonists, and this guy was like, I think he was gay, but definitely everybody thought he was. And when he wasn't around, like if I was working with somebody, they'd talk shit, and because he kind of, you know, I guess we think that people aren't onto us or something, that we can hide it. But it's kind of obvious, and I don't care. But it's like the brother that I never had. And I remember when I was in rehab, I was locked up. I call it locked up in TC. There's this program called Teen Challenge. Yeah, it's like this religious fucked up scam. And I'd already known him for a couple of years, but he'd come to visit me on Sundays when your family could come. I would say he's my brother, because if they wouldn't let anybody visit unless they were like direct like family, and if it was your wife come to visit, like for a Sunday service, like man, everybody acted so different when family came. Like they're all like fucked up, like doing their same old sins, but when their family comes, it's like, I've changed, I'm an angel, look at me in my dress shirt and tie and slacks and my shiny shoes, I'm holding a Bible, I've changed. And then it's like when everybody goes, they're fucking off again, and not everybody's there to really help themselves and better their lives. Some people go down. Some people were like court probated there. They didn't finish, most of them. They didn't finish the program. They go back to prison. And I was in there voluntarily. You all right? I was in there voluntarily. The people fucking with me. So you get what I'm saying? Like I put myself in there because I felt I had problems with addiction, and I still do. You know, I don't. I try to hide it now, but I don't. I'm like, yeah, everybody knows if I just, whether I do or not. Like, but it's not like as bad as it what can be. It just depends on what's happening in my life. I'm doing really good right now. But I thought I had a problem back then. I was trying to better my life. I took it very seriously, and not everybody did. There were about 70 guys because they had two things. One was in town, the teen challenge for like women. It was in like Oildale, I think, and it's part of Bakersfield or the outskirts. And then the one I went to was in Shafter, which is like the middle of nowhere. It was called the Ranch, and it's in the middle of nowhere for a reason. Like it was like how it's far. You could like Google it, I don't know, but it's like they take you in a van out to the middle of nowhere to this facility, or at least my parents dropped me off there, or maybe I think my grandmother did. They just called me and they're like, "Yep, we have a date open," because I'd be on a waiting list. It's like, and I got in fast, really, because of the church that I was a part of. So, yeah, like really, anyways, it's hard to get into that, and you get into it, and everybody's there for different things. And some people are accepting that they're addicts and other people aren't. Like I remember I don't know what the deal is, and maybe it's true, but there's some guy telling me he was very quiet and kept to himself, saying something about he was there because of a bad relationship with his ex-girlfriend or something like that. And it didn't make sense to me, but I understand what I guess our emotional torment can do. I don't know. He seemed like a good guy, but anyways, I had people fucking with me. I didn't realize what was going on at first, uh, but this pretend to be your friend and then talk shit about you, spread rumors, and because the people I hung out with were questionable, and I didn't think anything of it because I'm so open-minded. I'm just like, I'll hang out with anybody. I don't care if you're black or white or black, gay, rainbow, like together with a unicorn. Like, I tend to really gravitate more towards those types of people because I understand what it's like to be or to feel different. And I perceive, you can just spot it. You see yourself in others. And I guess other people just, I don't know what the deal was because I was hanging out with people that were questionable, as far as like being homosexual. Uh, they're just people. I didn't understand. We weren't having sex. We were just hanging out and talking, and I didn't understand that I was screaming like I didn't understand. I probably look like I could call it like a twink or something. Like it's very young, and so I was like 22. I just like a year before I started transitioning, and I didn't know it, but one of those guys that I was hanging out with and he was giving me free coffee from the kitchen because he worked there. He's a chef. Like he had a crush on me, and he's cool. Like I'm accepting of it now. He's a really good person, but it's just different, and uh, it's kind of the reason that people started picking on me in there and spreading rumors, and that's how I got kicked out. I didn't get kicked out of the program because I did drugs. I got kicked out because people were spreading rumors saying that I was gay and things along that line, and it got to the point where they had these, I don't know what they were called, but they're like mentors or something like they weren't counselors because there were counselors. And the counselors had been through the program probably, they did like extensive stuff, whatever, I don't know. They weren't real like therapists, they're just people who had been through the program and had lots of knowledge and clean time. So there were those. Then there were these people that had been through the year program, and then they're doing like a mentor thing. And so each little housing area or unit was managed by a different person, and some of them were nice, and others weren't. No, none of them were nice. Man, I had some crazy, crazy people. when I think back about it, and they're like really all of them. I'm trying to stay on one topic here. Maybe I'll get to the others, maybe not. I have so many stories. Um, anyways, these rumors were going on about me that like I was gay or something. I don't know if it was that I was. It was just that I was gay, I guess. And I guess I heard something. I think I did. I could definitely tell that people were acting differently towards me. You know, one of the guys that I met was like best friends with that came in on the same day as me. We were really close. He started hanging out with the wrong people, and like I knew that it wasn't gonna be good, and you know, things just started getting different. People were treating me different, and so I really hung out with those people that I got along with, and just minded my own business and tried to better my life. And that's the first and only time that I got the opportunity to play in a band. And it was really fucked up. It was a hard experience, but I needed that. And man, it was so hard, and it was so like nerve wracking. I tell you, I've never played in a band, but like I played in a church band, and really it was like nothing serious. But that was like I've had an experience, and it was fun, but it was overwhelming. And I've had that experience more than once, and I think the feeling may have went away. I don't know, but like I'm just too afraid to do stuff like that now because of the judgment. But it went really well. It did go really well back then, and I didn't know shit. I didn't know shit. I couldn't if somebody's saying a chord, or like if there was like sheet music, or like not like sheet music, but like chords and the lyrics, and I never heard the song before, I would get frustrated because like this isn't what we planned out, and I don't have the like, I call it's not sheet music, but I don't have the lyrics and chords for this. They pulled this at the last minute, and I look stupid up here, and or they'll give me the thing, but I've never heard the song before, and I feel dumb because I don't know how it goes. But at this point, I know like I could definitely pick up on it pretty quickly if I've never heard the song before. Unless something changes really wacky, I can or the chords are off and the over the lyrics, which happens sometimes. It really fucks me up, and I have to figure it out. It doesn't take long, but I get it. Or some things are missing. It's not always accurate, but it would just suck. And then they would always fight amongst themselves because they'd be like, "Well, I'm doing it this way," and then no, 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 blah blah, and then they agree, and then one person does it differently and fucks everybody else up. I just assume so. That was my experience, and I assume that's always like that for every band. And it's like everybody was like fighting for glory or something, but they'd be like, "Oh, it's glory to God. It's all about God," when it clearly wasn't. And I was I was just trying to have a good time. I was so sad. I feel stupid, but like I really believed. I believed in God, and I would pray. I would pray so hard in there, and I felt that like it was working. I felt like, I was bettering my life. I was around these people that a lot of them were really just positive all the time. And it's fake because like if you have times where like fuck this, I'm leaving. And they would say like you're not there are no what do they say, like there are no fences. You can leave whenever you want, but if you leave, you can't come back. Like as soon as you step foot off the property, you can't come back. And if you're court probated, they would say that as soon as you leave, they're calling their probation officer or your parole officer, whatever. There would still be people that did it. I remember like when I first went into the program, you're supposed to commit for a year, and it's crazy. Anyways, they would said things like you're gonna have some of the best times of your life in here, and you're also gonna have some of the worst times of your life, and that was true. still think back on it. I'm like, man, I wish I could have some of those feelings back, and like, have be connected with people you wake up with every day and feel like they're family. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. Anybody's been to rehab and had this experience like knows what I'm talking about. Especially it's one of those fucked up Christian life school things, and they trick you. But anyways, yeah, like I couldn't even they wouldn't even let me touch my guitar until I had been clean for a month. And they wouldn't let me join the band until I'd been clean for a month. So like as soon as that month hit, like somebody was trying to teach me. They're like trying to convince me. I don't know what happened, but I was just barely new into guitars. It's like a few years, and I don't even know what I was doing, but I was able to make it happen. Barely. And that's my experience. The whole experience was really good for me. And even though it was hard, it was so hard being away and being with fucked up people all the time. And they would say things like when I went in, like I want to say it was like my first day or first week, and everybody, people would just come and go, and they would say something along that line. They'd say, take a good look around you because um, not all of you are gonna survive, you know, and they would say like, you're gonna make friends in here that are gonna die from addiction, and things like you're gonna make memories like, and it's true, like it's so fucking true. Like, they kicked me out, and I was so pissed for so long that I gave up religion. I learned my lesson, but I needed that experience. I learned so much, and man, I could just go on all day about that. But yeah, everything. Just like that guy that went in the same day as me, and we were good friends until he started being pulled the wrong direction, and with pride, people are talking shit about me. And the thing is, I just try to trip out on that because they kicked me out after 67 days, and it's supposed to be a year-long thing. He went in on the same day as me. He came in a few hours after me. He slept next to me. We're like, I don't want to call like bunkies or cellies almost like, and man, it was like so close. And then he drifted apart, and they kicked me out of the program for being gay, whatever. And when they confronted me, I was like, I like trans women. Like, I didn't say I was like gay, but I didn't fight it either. They wouldn't understand. And yeah, so this guy, went in the same day as me. I got kicked out for 67 days. He finished that year-long program, and he would be considered part of their success story because, and even they'll still use it in statistics. But not long after he got out, he overdosed on heroin and died. So yeah, there's that. And no, I'm still here, even though I've had all my fuck ups. I almost see it as this alternate me. It's just this weird experience, but it's sad. I wish things didn't have to be like that, but that's life. I learned from that. I'm never gonna do heroin. I say that now, so I don't want to think about like who knows what the future holds. But I fucked my life up pretty good, and I never thought that I was when I was in high school. My dad would accuse me of doing drugs. I told this a million times, and like I didn't know what drugs were, but I became angry because I knew they were bad, and I knew I wasn't doing them. So I just like became straight edge. I was like super hardcore against drugs, and there were people in classes that are like friends that I had, or I guess acquaintances that I'd find out they'd smoke pot, and I'd give them shit about it and disown them. And then like yeah, I had a really fucked up mindset about that, and I thought I'd never do drugs. But what's crazy is that I was on drugs harder than that at the time. I didn't even know what was going on because I was forced on them by my parents. I was forced into like therapy and seeing psychiatrists, and I was just speeding all day long. And I thought I was straight edge, and I wasn't doing drugs. It was like a upper, like a very high dose of 54 milligrams of Concerta, in the morning, and then to give me like a 25 milligrams of Seroquel at night. So it's these extreme ups and downs, and then being accused of doing drugs, and I knew it wasn't. I never got drug tested, but like I said, I didn't even know what they were. I wasn't even taking them, and I didn't even know I was on drugs. So that says a lot, I think. But yeah, after high school is when I quit that stuff because I finally got permission. I was done with school. It just made me really anxious, and I wanted to break. But I think it affected me, like, because it's to the point where I'm like dependent on stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I got fucked up. I'm back to my high school stories, but my shit, my mental problems. But when I know I'm try to make that very clear because I'm sorry. I was apologizing to Val again today, like because I forget about like I'm like, dude, like what is it? Is it my ADD? Is it like the drugs? Like, is it my age? Is it the genetic memory problems that run in my mom's side of the family that everybody's bitching about? And I think it's a combination probably. And I think you guys are helping a lot clarity on things, and I'm moving forward. I haven't stopped, and that grave that I thought I was digging is probably not a grave after all. It's just maybe it's for somebody else. And I'm just mourning for them. I don't know. I hope I don't have to bury anybody or, anybody random. But sometimes I say I feel like I'm digging my grave just for opening my mouth and speaking about things because I don't mean to make waves, but I feel like it's important to let my feelings be known on issues about why I made the decisions that I did, or why I feel like I'm upset at somebody. Because I want people to tell me if there's food in my teeth. I don't want to look stupid. I want I'm not. I don't want to say I'm an actress. I'm not an actress. I'm a person. I'm just me. The whole like talent thing, and it's like a whole joke, and it's ridiculous. Everybody's got to have a title, right? Everybody has to feel important. Not everybody, but maybe sometimes. I've been there. Professional friend. Yeah. Come on, really. So I don't know what to say. I could tell stories about anything, but those really get me. And here's my next story with like rehab stuff. Like I have a weed problem. I don't want to admit it, dude. Like I try to like. I feel like as I get older, I used to drive when I first started smoking. I would drive and smoke like a pipe while I'm driving, and I always be smoking in my car and stuff. And it wasn't until like maybe 23 or something that I started realizing that it probably wasn't a good idea. And then I would just like smoke and then drive. Like I'd like maybe in my car and then or when I got to the destination. I don't know what the deal was, but I always carry like weed in a pipe on me. And then so I've gradually gotten better, and it's gotten to a point where I don't I don't carry on me at all. No, I don't. I just I don't want to be caught with it. It's not a problem now. It's weird, right? But I don't because I feel like it just gives me a bad image. You don't want to be caught with something like that. Then next thing you know, you got to do a like a field sobriety test, and I feel like that's rigged. You feel fine, but it's not up to you ultimately. And I don't want to take those chances, or the chance that somebody else isn't gonna hit me. I feel like I'm fine. I know I'll be fine most of the time, but I also know at this point it's not worth it. I don't chance things like that. And I told you, maybe once or twice a year. I know I shouldn't, but like I'll take a Xanax, for example, and maybe I smoked like an hour ago and I feel totally fine. And I need to pick up a prescription at Walgreens because it's the last day and they're bitching about me getting it. It's to the point now though, where I think it's you're supposed to pick it after 3 days. They'll save it until I come in, and it's like a week and a half later because I don't call them until I'm out and I need it because I got backlogged on medicine. But anyways, um, that's it. Only if I absolutely have to. If I took my medicine now and something happened to Val and I needed to go, like I'm tired, but I would make it happen. I would like drink like 5 energy drinks and pee in a bottle the whole time, and it sounds crazy, but like you do what you have to. And I don't want to take these risks. It's not worth it. That's it. It's not worth it. I learned in time. These things aren't worth it. I won't take anything out with me. I wouldn't even take my Xanax, but I need it. I need it. And especially out in public. So I do take that risk. I don't take it. I still don't take it like when I drive. But if I'm gonna be at a destination for like I'm going to Val's house, then I'll take it once I get there. But if I need to go to like I stopped physical therapy, but I wouldn't take it before that. And then that creates more problems because then I'm on edge. So just don't get on medication or substances if you can help it because these other problems. It's not worth driving under the influence or losing your license, or it's just not worth it. No, it's don't be the person I used to be. Anyway, driving on the freeway, it's bad. People are really bad drivers here. But I'm sure it's like that everywhere. I'm so tired. What the fuck? Excuse me. Is there anything you want to talk about or ask me, or is there something you want me to ask you? It's so weird. I just hear this. It's got to be this monitor. It's weird. I can't replicate that. Too. Fuck, I'm getting tired. I feel like I'm slurring. I just feel so tired. I don't. Oh, excuse me. I don't want to feel tired. Fuck, dude. I got stuff done today. Not. That kind of works I was looking for here. I guess it should have been that. I'm just getting fucking tired. What the hell? Sorry. Did I take? Oh, I did take a Xanax earlier. That's it. Damn it. Fuck, man. I used to take 4 of these a day. He's like, no, I'm not doing that shit anymore. I'm supposed to be taking 3 now, and I just got him to lower it. And I don't even take 3. I say the third pill is a buffer. You're allowed 2 a day. So 1 milligram. It was the same thing when I had the 4 pills. I eventually I worked up to 4, and then I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. I have 4, but I'm only going to allow myself 3. And then, so, eventually I'll get 2. It's just a little bit. Because when I first started it, I only took 0.25 milligrams. I think it was probably like once as needed for anxiety, maybe twice, so half a milligram. And I only worked up to 2 milligrams a day. I think that's not that high, but can't imagine people that how people would function anything higher than that, or even that. It's like they're already flying. I don't get it. I'm so fucking tired, man. I was up till 2 a.m. last night. Oh, and then I woke up at like 7. So that makes sense. But it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to have fun. I am. That's all good. Like I'll just when I get tired, I'll go to bed. I'll wake up and do the same thing, whatever. But I got some browsing to do tomorrow. I'll probably wake up and do what I've been doing the last few days. Watch a few more videos on how to mic acoustic guitars and try my other microphones, and but I think this is the way. I really like how this sounds. If it's coming through to you, how it comes through on my little thing where I get to monitor it, I think it sounds decent. But I could be wrong, and I may find a better way. But I think the best way to find a better way is just get better playing. That's it. And just do it more often, whether people like it or not. Get used to nobody being in the room because it's awkward, and get used to playing, whether people like it or not. Because I noticed that at shows, that's something people have to get used to, I've realized. It must suck. It must be really hard at first. I assume I've never, done that stuff, but you go there to see a band, and if it's like the really good band, sorry, they're probably not playing until last, or maybe like second to last. And so everybody's there for different bands, and I couldn't imagine being the last band, after the good band or whatever, because everybody leaves. They're like, okay, I saw who I wanted to see, and it must be like this, like really, I don't know what the feeling is like. I guess you get used to it, or you're just on drugs. By both. Uh, it just must really suck. It's like I don't know, or maybe. But I also noticed that, the people, even the bands that are really good, those people make mistakes. They make mistakes, and they just keep on playing. Yeah, and I've seen them make quite a few mistakes. Yeah, and just keep on playing. Like no big deal. Act like it didn't happen. Just keep going. And I think that's the way to do it. And it's hard because I always want to correct myself because I feel like if I make myself learn it, I'll do the whole thing and I'll get it right because I have to force myself to. But no, I don't know. But you just play through it, I guess. Eventually catch on, or you don't, or whatever. But yeah, it's something I noticed. Whatever. I'm so fucking tired. Wow, I'm tired. Why am I so tired? Damn it. I don't want to. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I have a problem with saying sorry. I was going to talk about my experience with the NA here. That's what I could talk about. I shouldn't talk about these things, but I talk about everything else. Everything. I started going to Narcotics Anonymous and Marijuana Anonymous. Um, and there's many of Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous around Las Vegas. And I didn't understand what I was getting myself into because there's not a lot of stuff out there for this. And it's just another scam. No, it's just like religion. It is like pretty much the same principle. It seems like it's copy paste. Because you go in there and they've got these like almost like a 10 commandments, but they're the 12 steps, right? And you got to follow these rules, and they really nail in you that you have to follow these steps, and they get you chanting these things. And like I don't know, like I was like I didn't fall for it. I really felt like I was more of an observer, just trying to get a feel for what was going on and if this is right for me. I was still doing it for me, but I wasn't really taking that seriously. And they'd say things, and I'm just like, staying quiet because it feels weird, and I felt like I was being indoctrinated. And they start out with reading these pages, and they have different people read different parts and try to make everybody participate. And then they might like to have people like volunteer to tell their story, and all it is like, yeah, like when I was a drug dealer and I was like smoking meth and like selling heroin and shit, and like I was fucking all these bitches, and like I was having such a good time, and like yeah, like yeah, like and it's like everybody just goes around the room telling these, I call them like war stories, uh of their glory days. And it gets old. It doesn't help, when especially marijuana. So I feel like a joke because people don't take that seriously, but it is a problem to some people, and some people really do want to try to get help, but it's I wasn't falling for it. And they're like, you got to follow these steps, and you got to, just your higher power, and like you just got to do the steps, and in order to do the steps you got to buy the book. And I said, oh, okay, I see. And then they pass around the offering basket, and like it's like a church. They get these sayings in your head, and they say, keep coming back. Like at the end, keep coming back, something something, it works if you work it. So sometimes they just like really try to nail the shit in your head. And I don't know how often these meetings were. They're probably every day. I didn't go every day. I tried it for like a week or something. I don't know if I how long I did it over, but I went long enough to where I got my little 3 month thing. And it was at that point I was like already telling them that I had already planned to go back. I was just trying to make it a certain amount of days, and it's easier for me to just give in and fight it. It caused so many problems. And a big problem I had that I guess I really want to talk about is that there are predators out there. They prey on people to be desperate, and then they ask you for money to fund who knows what. And what are they doing with it? That's the thing. They're not all bad, but I had a bad experience. Man, I'm like a magnet. There's something wrong with me that attracts. I want to better my life, and I think that I can get help by seeking in other people. That's not how to do it, or that these things have the answers and they don't. But besides that, there are predators out there disguised as people that are supposed to help you. Like they say you're supposed to get a sponsor, and like I didn't have a sponsor. And there are a couple people that would like text me, if I didn't go, or ask me. Like it's the ladies, and they're not interesting. They're much older than me, and not like my friends or anything. But so it's usually like that. I think that if you're a female, you have a female sponsor or whatever they call it. Somebody who's been sober a long time. And if you're male, it's a male. But I think, but I don't know where I was supposed to stand on that. And the lady from MA kind of like, I think she tried to be that to me, but I saw her as weak already because of her situation and things that are going on. She was dating this guy that was going to these programs. At least I think he was going to both of them, but he was clearly like gay, very very clearly. And she was calling him her boyfriend, kind of like my situationship, and about how he used to be like, but he's not anymore. And it's like my mom. Like this lady reminded me of my mom. And I'm like, I could see that, like, I knew what was going on. I think everybody did. But Slay's good at lying to herself. She's done it her whole life, just like my mom. And it's something that I've learned. I don't like that about me, and I try to fix it. And my mom will never change. I'll never get good advice from her. But yeah, that lady reminded me of my mom. And she's like a nurse, or like she just retired or from being a nurse. And she's talking about how she's like, oh yeah, and like every day after work, and I wasn't supposed to, but like I'd get in my car and I'd have my little baggie, and I think it's like I couldn't even get 7 miles down the road to my house, like before taking a hit into, like, she's always talking about her little baggie and that same story every time I went in. And I get like, I talk about the same story, but it was like it was like it drove me crazy because it never changed. It was like this script. And that's how it felt. She felt insincere. And that program ended up collapsing, the NA one, and I think or the MA, Marijuana Anonymous. That was the only one in, I think, Nevada, at least Las Vegas. It's not worth it at all. I would be just very guarded about any program like that after my experiences in inpatient and out. I guess that's what you call it. I call it locked up, but it's different. So anyways, I got tired of the stories. Like, I guess I tell you stories over and over again, but I wanted to go there to get help for my weed addiction. And it was, like, I didn't have a problem. I have a habit, but it helps, but it's a double-edged sword. So, um, I was there trying to stay off of it, and it was working, but I was miserable. And people were talking about it all the time. They're just like, "Yeah, I smoke crack," and like, yeah, I smoke weed. And this is like another girl reminded me of me. And she's like, about how she was hiding her weed from her boyfriend. She'd have to go like back in the woods behind her house where she used to live and hide this pipe and all these things, and the guilt that she'd go through. It was just like there's so much guilt associated with like hiding it. And it's just like it fucks with you, and like not and trying to be a good person and right and wrong. But anyways, they say to get a sponsor and all this and all that. And it's like I get it's a core part of the program, and I think it's important to have that guidance from somebody that has supposedly been clean, for a long time. But one of those sponsors that they call them was this guy, and he wasn't my sponsor, but he's at all these meetings, and he made me uncomfortable. I don't remember his name. It doesn't matter. But he'd apparently, from what he said, I had a hard time believing it. But he said he was like sober for 25 years, and he was always bitching about some custody battle with his kids and his ex-wife or something. And I just didn't like him. He rubbed me the wrong way. But he was always trying to act like he's my friend, and it was so hard to get away from him. Like when after like the meetings would end, I just want to get in my car and drive. But he's like, there was something about me. I was more susceptible to this back then, and now I'm not. I'd be like, fuck off, I don't have time for this. But I guess because I thought that this person was a good person, they wanted to help. I heard them out, because I try to listen to people as people listen to me, and we end up leaving like 30 minutes after because I don't want to be an asshole. But this guy is really an asshole to me, make me feel very uncomfortable. He's in his 50s, his early or mid 50s, somewhere in there, and he's missing like almost all of his teeth, and he's just very obnoxious. And like, man, like this guy was like so pressing, and he's like telling me like he's this like spiritual healer and like all this stuff, and he's like telling me like he knows this about me and that, and he must have picked up on like my body language or just people like me from praying for so long. But he was, during those conversations, he would tell me like, you don't need a sponsor. You don't need a sponsor. Like weed isn't bad. Like, really, like you do what you want. Like, it's not bad. You don't need to be here. He would say things like that, and I didn't want to be there. I didn't feel like it was helping, but that's not what I needed to hear. And then that's what's fucked up is that um, some people fall for that, and it's like, how am I supposed to make any friends at all? I try to be there and hear people out, and I end up just getting fucked and getting really terrible advice. And I probably made my mind up before then. I'm an addict, whatever. But it's just pot. They say it's just pot, whatever. But it can be a problem for some people. It may not kill you, but you may spend every dime that you have on it. And you may get to the point where you sell your body because of it. You may end up with a habit so expensive that it costs more than your rent. It's possible. It's crazy. Um, it's not worth it. Don't take the chance if you're not already in something like that, I would say. If you haven't tried it, you don't need it. That goes with anything, I would say. I believe, but that's not always the case. I wish I'd made different decisions earlier in life, but I think some of them were out of my control, and some things just would have happened anyways, because that's just how life works. But do I regret anything? Really? No, I don't. I don't. Uh, I've learned so many lessons, and it's about the experience, right? It's all about the experience. I learned that from the Griswolds. Why do I think I attracted him? Because I listened to him. There's something to do with me giving attention to people that don't usually get attention. I heard that everybody else gets that like a gaydar type feeling, but with like this person's bad, I need to stay away from them. I'm like, because I grew up around my dad being angry and all the time and overbearing and stuff. I learned that it was, I guess, in my head, I've learned that it's best to just be passive and let them do their thing and have their way. And once it's over, smile and hope everything's going to be okay and go on your way, because it was like that. I'd be, trying to get in my car and he's standing outside my door. Next thing I'm talking for 30 fucking minutes. This is why I didn't want to go back. If I wouldn't have fallen for the tithing shit and whatever they want to call it. The Bible. It's a combination of things, but I'm just saying if you do choose to go that route, because there really aren't many options, and the other ones are so expensive, like $1,000 a day. Just trust me, because I told them this was 10 years ago, in 2011, literally June, yeah. So, I told them, if I had $1,000 a day, like I wouldn't be calling you, like, I wouldn't be using it to get, help. At that point, I probably would have been dead, I guess. with a habit like that. But I'm just saying, they're ridiculous. It's so expensive to get help, and it's like Passages Malibu. It's like I was the addict. No, I'm not. You need to come here and spend like $15,000 a day and look at the pictures of the beautiful ocean and then this little video clip of some girl working out and then get acupuncture and just sitting by the ocean and not talking about addiction or anything along those lines at all. Like, yeah, it's a scam for rich people, I guess. And I see these videos on YouTube that pop up sometimes. I don't click on them, but the thumbnails like $8,000 computer versus whatever. And it's like I don't know, like a MacBook Pro or whatever, but it's like fully specced out. I'm like, oh my God, why do you advertise? I guess I've done this too. Like, why do you advertise that you've been ripped off? Or that you're gullible? And that's exactly what I'm doing. I just now realize that by just like, I don't get it. I personally could not justify spending $8,000 on a computer. I don't believe somebody did. I'm sure there's probably some benefit or like whatever. Who knows what it is? But like, yeah, like some random person's gonna need an $8,000 computer. I don't buy it like, oh, it's so much better than this, whatever. No, like, man, I'm not that stupid. I'm pretty dumb, okay? But yeah, I don't need an $8,000 computer. So, like, why? Why? Because I just ordered the new one, and I don't see how you could spec it out. I guess I didn't play with it, But my stepfather's a computer person. I told him my needs, which weren't that big, and I was like, what do I need? Because I plan on doing a lot more streaming and camming and recording. And this iMac that I have is 7 years old. I just want something newer and something I can throw a lot at. And yeah, I was gonna make a point here, but it was nowhere near that much. This right here, the point was this is the base model. I think I got this in 2014, and it was like, I don't know what it was. It was the cheapest one. It was maybe like 1,200 or maybe 1,400. I don't know, but I think it was a lot cheaper then than it is now. Uh, I've never had any problems with this thing slowing down, and I've got so much shit on it. I guess with the internet, that's the only thing I had problems with. You know, I guess I had to, put some things on external disk or back it up here and there, but no, like it hasn't slowed down at all. It's been really reliable. I just want to set up for another room because I'm moving around, doing different things. That's why I'm fixing up different parts of my house because I don't know where this is going. So, just saying. A strong intuition, I believe that, but I don't know what to do with it. I don't know if there's a market for people need because like I don't feel like I could sell myself. Like I'm an empath and I'm great with intuition. What do I say? Like I can help you out or I can teach you how or like I think it'd be more important, but it's really not in my best interest if I'm doing that. But I'm being thing is that it's not like therapy. I think it's something that if you meet with somebody one time and you give them these keys, which I've already given with free, I feel like most people know these things, right? But there's still gonna be a certain type of people that don't, like me. And before I had all these problems, and they're gonna be wondering, and all I can do is try to convince them to trust themselves. That's it. And it's we don't want to believe things sometimes because it seems like why would it be like that or why would that person behave like this towards me? And I don't know, but for some reason yeah, like, those feelings I have, they're almost always right, and if I'm wrong at times and I admit it, but I've ignored these feelings for so long, and I could have prevented things. Could have prevented so much. And that's why I say right now it's so important to me to just work. And I've told my stepfather that, I realize I said I've digged my grave, I've talked so much shit, but really, it's something that has to be done, whether he likes it or not, because it's time to be an adult. That's the reality of my situation. It's not about feelings anymore because things need to get done and I have responsibility in this. That's it. So I said I'm staying here. I said I plan on staying here unless you want me to leave, and I've been told that this is my house and kind of like, I don't mean to break him down, it's not it at all, but it's just like sticking up for myself and my needs and my wants, and it's things I need to do. And that was my life before he met me, and I want to continue until I don't want to wake up when I'm 40 and be then want to do it and realize that I have too many wrinkles or my body's even more fucked up and I missed my chance. And if I do get back into that now, I'm really not sure how to go about this because I say that I want to be smart and not get desperate, but I also know that it could end at any moment, just like it did before. And I think that it's something that I just have to go at 1,000% if people do want me and just work as much as I can and save as much as I can because that will be the ticket. If there is a ticket, that's it. That's it. So yeah, those are the only kind of donations I at this point feel willing to take because it's a fair exchange for a service or I don't know. I guess it's not a donation if it's exchange for a service, but you're receiving something in return, and I feel like it's worth it. And I don't want to take like there's something wrong with me because I'd rather starve than just like take money for free. I want to earn it. I was just raised to earn it. And it's been really hard for me just taking things because I lost value of myself. This is so picking up everything. I like it. What's this plastic? So get my pillow ready. Wow. Acer. I don't think I've ever had an Acer. I have an Acer. What's the other one with the A? Asus. I had an Acer. It was okay. They're probably better now, but I had problems with HP, and my ex convinced me to switch to Macs, and I haven't really any problems. Very, very, very little. Nothing as far as performance compared to a computer, a regular computer. So I stick with that. Yeah, that's good. And at that point, it should have paid for itself. Because that's the way it is with this computer. Yeah, like I wanted to take on some responsibility. That was the point. Obligate myself to something and know I need to make a certain amount and slowly just start taking on more things. Not just to take them on, but because I have responsibilities. And just to get used to getting into things again and Can't even think right now. I think I need to take my meds. It's getting late. Yeah, so I'm like, I think the computer was like something like that, $1,800, and really, that's not that much. Really, it's just like it's not. Even if I just do YouTube, I'll pay for it. It's not a problem. So I really I'm gonna be putting as much. I know I'm not putting effort into here, but I'm spending time here. I'm gonna be doing a lot more YouTube stuff, a lot more music, and just need to make more videos too. I just don't like editing. It's kind of sucks. It's very time consuming. Then uploading and waiting. I need to get to it though. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. Just getting sleepy. Well, the thing is that people are used to getting me for free here. That's the problem. That's why some people told me to go to like that OnlyFans, and I don't know if I'm banned for life or not, but and it's hard. I've realized that even with the Patreon, like, I promise I have good intentions, guys, but like I am I'm making excuses right now, I guess, because I've just been sitting here and playing guitar all day. But I forget, I really forget. And one thing that has made it hard for me is offering a product. I don't think that's, a physical product. That's something that, like the sticker of the month thing is what I'm referring to. That became a problem a while back because the stickers cost so much to produce that I don't give enough of them away to where I can justify it. And I didn't really try, I didn't push it. There's no reason to, it just feels so dumb. The idea of having stickers of yourself, like it's like really like fucked up. And everything being about you. And it's like it makes me feel really insecure because I'm nobody, and the whole idea of that is stupid. Um, I don't know, but it's not the idea that stops me. It's just that this doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. If it paid for itself every month, it would, but it costs like, here's an example. I don't know, last time I checked, could be lower or higher. I don't know, probably lower, but last time I checked, it was like $240 a month on Patreon or something. For me to make stickers, the lowest quantity that I found at that time, and I'm sure there's better sites now, but the energy, I'm prior fucked. Anyways, it's like $80 or $90 to make these stickers, and I think the smallest quantity was like 50 or like 100 or something like that. I don't know what it was, but I think I was making at the time maybe like 170 something off Patreon, and I'm thinking like this really doesn't make sense when I'm giving like 4 of these out a month. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big place that I fucked up. And it's like this thing that I can't undo that fuck up now. I don't know what to do about it because it doesn't make much sense to keep it going. I'll only dig myself a hole. And is that what you guys want? And I think I talked to Sick about it because he helps me out with these things. And I'm overwhelmed, just like all the time. And I think like if you change or if you delete a tier, it just deletes the people or something. And I don't want to rip people off. I'd rather not make money at all. Honestly, I felt so bad after like I guess it was February. It must have been January when I told you guys, like, I don't know, I was getting depressed and told you that I was gonna stop the Patreon payments, and I thought that I did. I did for like a month, I guess. I thought that it was indefinitely, and I would still get payments to my bank account every month. And I feel bad because like I wasn't communicating with you, and that's stealing. No, I had commitments to you that I wasn't honoring. But you know, the money wasn't wasted. I used everything for my mental health. Yeah. Anything that went in my bank account, that went to my mental health. And then some, because I was only making like, I think it was maybe about 100. It drops because I get it. No, like I don't blame anybody at all. I would have done the same thing. It's a waste. Why waste your money on something you could spend on yourself or anything? But I used it on my mental health, and each therapy visit was $150 and for an hour. And I go 1 hour every week. It used to be once a month. Then it almost became an addiction because I felt like I need help. I'm really depressed, and that's where it went. And then my stepfather paid for the rest. And yeah, but yeah, this has been going on with therapy for like since 2016 with her, and it's got to a point this year where I'm like, I haven't progressed at all. This isn't helping. It's a waste. Just like the subscription where I say, I don't blame you, you should cancel it. I don't blame myself at all because it doesn't feel worth it. I'm not getting anything out of it. And I think the people that selected the phone tier are just afraid to call me because of how I act on here. I'm so overwhelmed trying to keep up with everybody. And I wish it was easier. I don't know how to do this. I have no idea. I can't please everybody all the time. I understand that. And I am a people pleaser. So I have addiction to making people happy, making them feel good about themselves or something. I'm trying to understand them fully, but yeah, tired. Getting tired. I'm like, oh shit, I need to take my pill because it's to the point where I feel like I've already taken it. And then I'm wondering, did I take it? The bottle's right in front of me. And that leads me to my problem that I told you about. I will sit and wait and wonder if I took it to feel it out. I'll consciously just think about it. And if I start getting really, really, really sleepy, then I know that I took it. But if I don't seem to be getting sleepier, if I feel like I kind of peaked, then I realize I haven't taken it, or I probably haven't, and I'll take half. And then once I've taken that, and I realize I'm not dead, and I probably didn't take it earlier, I didn't. I take the other half. But at this point, I'm pretty sure I didn't take it. And what happens is if I miss it and then take it the following day, that's what has led to that pattern with hallucinations. And they're not crazy. It's just like, oh, there's a poodle at my feet. Let me grab it. It's not there. Like it's something to do between being so tired. It's not like a drug. It is drug induced, obviously, but you know, something to do with being so tired, but and being barely awake, like at the same time. So you're like entering sleep, or like I feel like must be entering sleep, but barely consciously awake. And these things are kind of like overlapping. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking. But it's rare, and I need to take this fucking pill. So I don't remember if I took it. So fuck, man, I gotta take half, and I need to get tinkle. Pretty sure I didn't take it. Oh, I'm really sure. I think. Sure, I'm willing to bet my life on it. Never, no, because I have memory problems. So I'm gonna take it right now. I'm gonna take half of it at 12:25, and I'm gonna tinkle in like 15 minutes. If I'm not dead, I'll take the other half. I'm such a positive thinker, right?